Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another episode of Inside DB Rated. This is the dual commentary series where we go ahead and spectate random matches on DB's lottery and just check out what people are playing. So this is going to be a match between Callum and UFC on Gouki versus Flaming Ice on Dragon Link. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So it looks like Gouki going to be taking the RPS win here, and he's going to opt to go first. And he's actually slimmed his build down to 45 cards. Last time I think he was on 50. But the opening hand is going to be Red Layer, Heritage of the Chalice, Durendal, Gamma, and Suprex. So this hand's very, very strong. Obviously, he's on the bigger kind of Infernoble or Fire Warrior package, which enables an Assault without the normal summon, which is quite strong. But his hand definitely combos and has a hand trap as well, if he had to go second. And then the opening hand for Dragon Link is going to be Tracer, Synchron, Wyvern Burster, Chamber, and Chaos Space. So the hand's good for comboing, but going second, there's no hand trap, so Gouki is going to be able to full combo here. So we're going to enter main phase 1, activate Heritage of the Chalice. That's going to search a copy of Renat from deck to hand. And then from here, you're going to special summon Red Layer and then activate Durendal. That is going to search for a copy of Fire Flint Lady. This card's really cool in Gouki because of the other effect that people seldom use, but it's the one that lets you special a level 4 or lower warrior from your hand if you send it from the field to the grave, and it gives it targeting protection. But basically, it lets you get Goukis on the board and helps you kind of play around like hand traps on Isolde, which is cool. But yeah, going to activate Fire Flint Lady. That's going to special itself. And then going to special summon Renat. That effect is going to grab a copy of Durendal back to hand. And then from here, going to link summon a copy of Isolde. Isolde first effect, I would assume, is going to be activated here. That's going to add a copy of Scorpio. And then the second effect of Isolde is going to send one. That's going to summon a copy of Gouki Guts from deck. And then going to link summon a copy of Appaloosa. And then Guts gets to trigger here as well. So it's going to add Twist Cobra. And now we have like the whole basic lineup. So again, normal summon Suprex because the normal summon has not been used yet. That's going to activate to summon Twist Cobra from hand. And then from here, going to link for a copy of IP Masquerena. And then Rex and Twist Cobra will activate. That'll grab Rematch and another Rematch. So this plays around Bell plus like Nibiru, for example. Because like you don't want to commit Appaloosa and then just open yourself up. So quite good there. Obviously, he could have gone for maybe like a Headbat if he wanted to, but that plays like harder into Bell. So going to go for Rematch. That's going to target Guts and Suprex, so those are going to be summoned back. And then going to link for a copy of Verite Anaconda. And then Anaconda effect is going to pay 2,000, summon materials, and then summon Dragoon. Yeah, so we've seen this before, that he's not on like the Codebreaker package or the Phantom Knights. I think especially the Phantom Knights tend to clog quite heavily, so I do like the minimization of bricks to just the Dragoon package. It gives you space for like hand traps too. But this is definitely good for an ending board. Going to banish 2 to add back Phoenix Blade and pass on this. So 5 interruptions potentially, which is pretty good. For turn, the top deck for Dragon Link is going to be Tidying. So that's not going to really help break the board, like unless it gets to grave via like Rivian or something. Going to normal summon Chamber, that effect is going to resolve. So it's going to grab a copy of Hospitality. Yeah, so this is something, again, that we've seen as far as some differences in Dragon Link builds. Some people are on Hospitality, others are not, so cool to see the differences. But IP Masquerade are going to be used here on Resolution, so that's going to link for a copy of Unicorn. And then Unicorn going to pitch Phoenix Blade to shuffle back the Chamber, which turns off the Hospitality as far as he's concerned, unless he drew like another one, but that's quite good for sure. They're then going to use the Chaos Space, that's going to pitch Wyvern Burster, and that's going to be action negated via Dragoon. And that's going to be the end of game 1. So yeah, I think the rest of the hand was 2 Rockets and then Tidying as well as Hospitality. So with no normal summon, there's actually just no way to extend past that. So game 1, quickly going to go to Gouki, which is pretty cool. So going to move now to game number 2 here. It looks like Dragon Link going to start things off. If you guys are enjoying this commentary, definitely be sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new here and want to see more commentary similar to this style. But the opening hand for Dragon Link this time around is going to be Recharger, Wyvern Burster, Rocket Synchron, Nibiru, and the Dragon Maid Tidying. So it's not the most ideal hand, but it definitely works well enough to combo. Plus has Nibiru, which is pretty decent. It's not amazing against Gouki, but it can be a little bit of an annoyance, I guess. But the opening hand for Gouki is going to be Scorpio, Gamma, Twist Cobra, Red Layer, and Aqua Dolphin. So has a high impact hand trap, which is pretty good. I think this hand can play past it, but we'll have to see. Gonna normal summon Rocket Synchron. That's gonna turn into a copy of the Striker Dragon. Striker is going to add a copy of the Boot Sector Launch. And then from here, you're going to special summon the Wyvern Burster by banishing the Rocket Synchron. And then those two are going to be linked away for a copy of Romulus. And then Romulus and Wyvern Burster will both trigger, so that's going to add Collapse Serpent and Dragon Ravine. Going to activate Ravine next. That's going to pitch the Recharger, and then send a copy of Router to graveyard. And then Router will grab Tracer. And then going to banish... okay, that was a misclick. So going to banish the Wyvern Burster for a Collapse Serpent. And then going to link those away for a copy of Erratic Seal. And then going to activate Boot Sector Launch over top of the Ravine. Use that to summon a copy of Tracer. Tracer effect is going to target the Boot Sector to destroy it. And that is going to summon a copy of Rocket Synchron from deck, because we went through a Recharger. Unless if they're on like Magna or something. But like that's kind of more niche as a choice right now. Gonna go for LP, and then go for a copy of Striker Dragon. And then gonna activate LP effect. He's gonna chain Gamma to this. So that's going to hit the board. And from here, they can go Striker to pop itself at back Recharger. That doesn't really do a whole ton though. It's gonna be tough to like actually make a board here. I mean, you could like put a monster that's not from the extra deck just so you can bounce what's hiding, and that could be okay. Might be worth it. Gonna go Striker Dragon, target itself, and actually Rocket Synchron as a matter of fact. And then going to set and then pass. For turn, the top deck is going to be Durendal. So there's a lot of like really, really strong cards in this hand, but also a lot of normal summons. So we'll see. Going to special summon Red Layer and then enter battle phase to force Seal. Seal going to be used to bounce the Red Layer. And then in graveyard, Seal is going to grab a copy of Chamber. And Chamber will trigger here. That's going to search for a copy of Hospitality. And then in main phase 2, we're going to see Red Layer be special back, because it's actually not once per turn to special summon it via its own condition, which is cool. And then going to go for a copy of Aqua Dolphin normal summoned. That's actually going to be met with the Tidings, so that's going to bounce the Dolphin back as well as the Chamber. We still have Durendal, but going to have to play around or against Nibiru, which is going to be quite difficult, especially with no normal summon left. Going to go for Durendal, that's going to add a copy of Fireflint Lady. And then going to activate Fireflint Lady to summon itself. And then Fireflint Lady, right, yeah, this is what we were talking about in game 1. So this can special summon a Gouki from hand, so that's going to grab a... Oh, just kidding. Going to summon the Aqua Dolphin instead. So really trying to push for the hand traps. I guess the logic is that if the Dragon Link player used Tiding on summon of Aqua Dolphin, there has to be like an important hand trap. So there is only one unknown card, because these 3 are known. So he might be thinking that this is like maybe an Ash or something like that, but it's actually Nib. So it's going to pitch Scorpio, look at the hand, going to destroy the Rocket Synchron, and it's going to be pretty hard to play against Nibiru here. Isildon Effect is going to search for a copy of Super X, and then going to activate Nibiru in response. Because that was actually Red Layer 1, Red Layer 2, Dolphin 3, Fireflint 4, Dolphin 5, and then Isold 6. So yeah, even though it doesn't look like that many monsters, it actually was like 6 summons already. So yeah, Nibiru going to hit the board as well as a token, and that's going to be a pass. Yeah, the last card in hand is unknown, but this is definitely good. For turn, the top deck is going to be Ash, which is pretty good in a simplified game state. So there is Hospitality, there's Chamber, potentially Tiding. So there's like at least 3 bodies on the field just off of that. Gonna normal summon the Chamber, use the effect that's going to grab a copy of Tiding. And there's no interruptions from Gouki here, so it should be Dragon Link's game. Going to then be thinking for a while. Going to go for a copy of the Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effect is going to target itself and Recharger. So that is going to activate the Recharger and then summon back the Tracer. And then going to use Hospitality. That's going to bring back the Chamber. And then going to Link Summon for a copy, or sorry, Synchro Summon for a copy of Chaos Ruler. So that effect is going to be used. That's going to hit quite a number of good cards. You can either take the Nocto or the Nibiru in this instance. Nocto will be able to trigger because we can like Tiding back the Chamber, and that gets like an extra body. Also getting Brotar Engrave's nice. Depends on if they want to have more hand traps or just more bodies to extend. So you're going to take the Nibiru here, and then go to battle phase. So you're going to attack over the 1600 tokens. That's going to deal 14 and then 3k. And then main phase 2, going to use Tiding to bring back the Chamber. And then going to link for a copy of Erratic Seal. And then going to set Tiding and pass. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 interruptions. Pretty good. The top deck is going to be Gouki rematch, so pretty much only Gouki cards at this point. Going to normal summon Super X, use the effect to summon out Twist Cobra, and then going to be thinking here, at this position, the last card in hand is unknown, but double bounces would do the trick. That would just be a turn ender right there. Going to use Seal effect, that's going to bounce up. Going to actually use Twist Cobra as a quick effect in response to Seal. Obviously, Seal doesn't target, but going to actually use the Tribute effect on field to make Super X gain, I believe, 1600. Yeah, because it's the attack of the original attack of the Tributed monster. So that's actually just going to let Twist Cobra hit the grave, so this rematch is live, and also get a search in the process. So pretty good. But Super X is going to be bounced on resolution of the Seal, and then Seal is going to be chilling 1, Twist Cobra chilling 2, because this is mandatory. So even though he's turn player, this gets to activate first. Yeah, Seal is mandatory. Yeah, and then Ash is going to be chilling 3 on the Twist Cobra. It's not a big deal because he already had rematch. But Seal is going to... maybe he missed it? Yeah, he missed it. He didn't see it. But going to go for safe right there. And then going to rematch, target Scorpio and Twist Cobra. And you could just hiding the Scorpio, and that's pretty good. Or you could just like wait until the link summon of like something more impactful. I think it's going to be game regardless. Titan going to be used here. That's going to bounce safer and the Scorpio. And then going to go into M3. Definitely no coming back from that with Safer in hand and like tiding in graveyard. Yeah, that was just going to be too much for Gouki to come back from. So going to move now into game number 3 here. And it looks like Gouki is going to start things off in game 3. And quickly before we do, just want to shout out my patrons as usual. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. The long form and consistent content is made possible due to you guys. And if you want to go ahead and support the channel as well, check out the Patreon link in the description below. But we're now going to move into game 3, where the opening hand for Gouki is going to be Phoenix Blade, Durendal, Red Layer, Guts, and Headbat. We've seen in other videos that he plays more than just these as equips, so it's fine. But this is a pretty reasonable hand. Again, just a way to make Isolde without normal summoning is very, very strong. And then going to the Dragon League player's hand is going to be Tiding, Rocket Synchron, Router, Tracer, and Chaos Space. So no hand traps in this hand either. We might just see a repeat of game 1 here. Going to special summon Red Layer, and then go for Durendal. That's going to pick up a copy of Renaud. And then going to go special summon Renaud, use the effect to add back Durendal. And then from here, going to link summon for a copy of Isolde. The effect on summon is going to search for a copy of the Neospace connector, actually. And then going to use the other effect that's going to mill another Durendal to summon a copy of the Octastretch. Yeah, so this telegraphs is probably only playing like one on one of these level 1s, which definitely makes sense. And then from here, you're going to use Headbat. That's going to pitch the Guts, summon itself. And then going to link summon into a copy of Appaloosa. And then going to trigger both the Goukis. So that's going to grab a copy of Rematch and a copy of Twist Cobra, because we have not normal summoned again. So going to normal summon Super X, and then use the effect to summon out Twist Cobra. And then those two are going to link for a copy of Masquerena, triggering both Goukis in the process. So it's going to grab probably double Rematch again. Yep. And then we can also rematch back the Guts, since that has not used its effect yet. So we can grab another search for next turn. Going to bring back Guts and Headbat with the rematch here. And then those are going to be linked away for a copy of the Verite Anaconda, triggering Guts. That's going to grab Super X. And then going to Verite, that's going to pay 2,000 to send materials and summon Dragoon. So literally the same end board as turn 1. I think the follow-ups are a bit better, for sure. And then sucks to draw the Phoenix Blade, but definitely this hand is primed for just like an OTK. Oh, if we turn the top deck, it's going to be Drill and Lockbird, right on time as usual. That is not ideal. But, I mean, Chaos Space Router is pretty good. I mean, there's possibly a way to make this work, but it's going to be tough. Gonna start by normal summoning Rocket Tracer, and then on summon gonna just straight up use Masquerena. That's gonna go for Unicorn, and then Unicorn gonna pitch Phoenix Blade to shovel back the Tracer. Gonna chain Tracer actually, and then gonna chain Appaloosa to negate. Chaos Space effect gonna pitch Router, and that's going to be negated by Dragoon. Oh, and that's literally just the end of the match. Yeah, I guess with Synchron Tiding Droll doesn't really do anything, even with the Router search. So that's gonna be the end of the match. Gouki taking it 2-1. That's kind of surprising that there was just never any quick launch or ways to like extend past and normal summon being disrupted, because normally like that isn't enough to straight up like stop the Dragon Link player's turn in a lot of cases, like just Unicorn spin back the normal summon, which happened twice, like in games 1 and game 3. But we saw that there's just no way to really extend. Also, not really drawing like World like Cigar Dragon or any like the power extenders, excuse me. But all in all, pretty good match for sure. Cool to see again, like Gouki just popping off. I do like the fact that it's enough to just end on like this board, and like if you play like hand traps to supplement it, it's pretty good. You don't really need to end on like the crazy PK stuff, because like this is generally going to be fine. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, guys, with any thoughts or your feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me via Patreon and TCG Player, all the links in the description as usual. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.